Now I think we're going to come off the railroad here and take a little ride up to the Montague Farm. Looks like some deer up here in this field. They sure are out today. Alright, girl, don't let it bother you. It's okay, yeah. It's alright, they're running away from us. There's some left here. You probably remember this farm from back in one of my earlier videos on the rancher. I came through here. This farm is really, really old. And anyway, the family that owns the land that is being logged out right now are the same ones that are that's this family that owns this farm. Anyway. Usually in the summertime they'll plant, I think they used to plant tobacco out here, you know, that was what it was years ago when it was a family farm, and I think now maybe it's rented out, and I've seen cotton out here and a few other things, you know, planted, but they've pulled everything up for this season. Deer staying right up on top of that tree there, girl. I'm gonna have to duck low here. Good job, baby. Doing good. Doing good. Okay, don't go out there. Just go left. Straight up the hill here, baby. Good girl, good girl. Put it in low gear, baby. Climb the hill. Come on. A lot of old cedars right there along that old barbed wire fence. That was old. Used to be on the other side of that fence was cow pasture. But excuse me. Excuse me, girl. I burped. Anyway, I don't think that was part of this farm, but I may be wrong about that. It could have been. I don't know all the details of it, but I think that I want to say that land actually belonged somewhat to another family that had cows back when this was, you know, farmed a long time ago. But you can see a lot of the old barns are still standing up here and all. And I think there were more barns at one time, but this is all that remains. And some of them I think were tobacco barns for curing, and you know, probably pack barns, things like that. You know, I think some of the barns up close behind, right behind the farmhouse, are actually like one's like a shop, and one may be like a, I don't know, pump house or a tool shed, something like that. But anyway, you can see that one there. It's standing up pretty good. Stay up this way, girl. Come on, back this way. The big barn off in the distance there with the domed shaped roof, that, so I was told, was the stable where they kept all the mules and things like that, you know, that they used for plowing the fields and all that. And I think the older lady, her dad was the one who bought this farm, and this is where she grew up. She was telling me that her daddy farmed with mules and plow for years before he ever bought a tractor. And then, later in his life he had tractors naturally, because I guess at that time, tractors were becoming more popular and, more people were getting them. But anyway, like I said, I think that straight across there was the shop, so I was told. And this down here was the stable. Right up there, close by it, and kind of take a little closer look at it. It's got a lot of stuff in it now that's being stored in it, lawn furniture and things like that. But I think each one of these little openings here is a stall, for an animal. And anyways, pretty neat though to look at. Come on, girl. Come on. Pretty neat. Check it out. Turn around this way. Ooh. You can kind of see up in there, it obviously had a hallway and then, a loft, so it had 2 levels to it. And then I guess the animals off on either side. But definitely old, had a stone foundation. Something. Let's go around this way, girl, and check it out. I think, turn up this way, baby. That big cable you see hanging down there off the roof was like lightning rods that went across the top of it, so if it got struck by lightning, that it wouldn't, hopefully wouldn't set the barn on fire, with the hay and stuff in there and animals. Anyway. Nice little farm though, I'll tell you. Like I said, this was the original farmhouse here. It dates back to the, I want to say late 1800s. Baby, I need for you to turn a little bit, okay? Good girl. And the sun goes down so early this time of year, you just run out of daylight, especially if you get a later start in the day like we did today. Anyway. Come on, baby, keep on going. This is the front of the farmhouse here. And turn around and go back the way we came. Hey, stay straight, sweetheart. Stay straight. All right. go back down this way and get on the railroad, baby, alright? We're straight, sweetheart. I tell you, it'd be really neat to be able to travel back in time and see what this farm was like when it was, way back, when it was in operation. They were out here farming with mules and stuff like that. It'd be neat to see it, like that. Stuff like that's, fascinating to me. I know it wasn't an easy life, but it sure would be neat to see it, how it was back then. Well, that's too fast. You don't need to go that fast to get through there. All right, slow down. And all this was once trees, and it's all been logged out naturally. Making our way back down here onto the railroad now. Probably gonna stop down here and take us a little break before we head back home. Ooh, baby. Hold up. Just hold still. Take a break.